Harry Truman said, "The only new thing to discover in the world is a history we do not know." Therefore, let's go back to 1919. Aviation is just getting its start. The Atlantic Ocean has not been crossed before with an aircraft, and two men from Britain will decide to give it a try. They will be in something that is no different, really, than a box kite with a motor. It will be called the Vickers Vimy, and they will go to Newfoundland and take off. That is where Jack Alcock and Arthur Brown will go down in history, except history doesn't know much about them. They've been largely forgotten, though in 16 hours and roughly 1,800 miles, they will cross the Atlantic Ocean. And what a journey it will be. Ice, hail, wind, rain, and it gets so bad that Brown has to go out onto the wing to scrape ice off so that they don't go down. And it is so much of a harrowing experience that Alcock has his hands on the throttle, but he can't get the ice off of his goggles, so Brown is wiping the other man's goggles free so they can see. And at one point, it gets so bad that they determine, oh my God, we're traveling back to Canada. So they have to maneuver the plane around and head in the right direction. They finally land in Ireland, as I say, after 16 hours and some 1,800 miles. But there wasn't a reception for them because the public relations hadn't met up yet with the ability to fly across the Atlantic Ocean. Newfoundland hadn't been able to get the message off to Ireland in time, so there was no welcoming or anticipatory type mood within the community where they landed. And once they got there, the telegraph office operator wasn't very fluent with communication and didn't do a very good job of explaining what had happened when these flyers had landed. Today, the Vickers Vimy is in a museum in London, but the history books have basically forgotten these men. One of them will die a short time later, and another of the flight crew, if you will call that a flight crew, will never even fly again. But what an interesting time, and what a formative time for aviation. And as Harry Truman said, history is worth knowing, especially the history that we don't know. Be good, and thanks for listening.